It's Colonel Cliff Serene, and I want to talk to you tonight about what the updates are with regard to everything. And first of all, we want to start directly by thanking none of our sponsors because we're not sponsored, so we have no hidden agenda. No one is paying our bills, so we have no hidden agenda. So we're going to come right out with it, and we're going to tell you the truth is that we still don't know if there's anything going to happen with that letter. Um, S T A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P. That letter that comes after P, and then Alcoholics Anonymous, because apparently, well, it's true that we did lose our former place where we put videos on YouTube because they didn't like what we had to say. So, anyways, when it comes to that particular thing I was just mentioning in code, in kind of exaggerated meanings, we still don't know if anything is going to come about because, anyways, we still haven't heard. So far, I don't see any evidence. So we're going to have to move on to other interesting topics, like how many people have been seeing these little, they look like little white balloons flying in the sky. Like little kids' balloons that are full of helium. You ever seen one of those things, but it's far off in the distance, and you look at it and say, I've seen this before at the fair when little kids lost their balloons, and that's what it looks like. Because I just saw somebody, anyways, if you do see these things, don't be so sure that they are balloons. You might consider that they might be something other than balloons that just appears to be balloons. Why? Because we can't see that well. We can't resolve those things so far in the distance. We got to pretty much guess. Unless you've got like a super telephoto lens and massive gyro stabilizer, you're going to have a hard time even with your cell phone camera capturing these things. But could they be extraterrestrial? Seriously, the thing that I saw looked like it was one of those rubber kids' white balloon far in the distance. But I've seen other things, and it's not fair season. I mean, we still have snow on the ground. I haven't seen one of those kind of kids' balloons. Well, I can't remember the last time I saw one of those kids' balloons. Like more than a year ago, more than 5 years ago. I don't remember. Like, seriously, when I went to those fairs in those days, that was a long time ago. Anyways, it's just that maybe some of these things that you think just look like weather balloons or kids' balloons might be something else, and could be, that's about all I'm going to tell you. Okay, we're going to switch gears. I was going to see if anybody was going to come from, and so far they haven't. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about Cuba, and we're going to tell you that I don't have any news on Cuba. Do I have any news on anything to do with Latin America? No. Do I have any information about well, anything that's going on in the Gulf of Mexico? No. Any information going on about what's going on with no, I'm really not getting anywhere. I'm terribly sorry. Hold on. Okay, it's Bill the Geek, and I just want to remind you that if my video seems incredibly dull and boring, it's because I just don't know if they're going to give me some juicy information. And we were hoping that Pindar, the reptilian Draco, was going to come in when Colonel Serene was here, because that's what he used to do, and it was always fun. But Pindar came in last week and laughed, but he wasn't on camera. He laughed and he laughed and he laughed. It was all about the astral jail, that there's jails in astral realms, and King Clancy and Brett, what's his name? Not Brett James. Brett Animal Slaughter, no. Brett Beeson, who used to be Jesus Martinez, who is like the biggest shit disturber around. Um, well, anyways, he didn't think that Pindar was going to laugh like that. Everyone was shocked when they heard there was these jails in the astral realms, and no one wanted to figure it out because the shit disturbers had been causing a lot of ruckus around here, and it was really too much. In any event, hi, it's me, and I just want to tell you all that we are still trying really hard to understand what's going on in reality, and we still want to understand, are we going to see major earth changes ever? Are we ever going to see, like, open skies and, everyone flies for free? Are we ever going to have heaven on earth? In other words, a place where you felt like it was all just like wonderland. Because that's all we ever really wanted for all of you people. And we're so caught up in all of this horrible. We just want to strip out all the garbage and just leave you with just fun. And I can't even get a smile out of this face because this one doesn't believe it can be done. That's why I'm from planet Draconian. Draconis. Because we're draconian and we don't allow you to have any fun. We just cause constant misery to all of you. The misery programs, the ones that you hear from other people. Sometimes they're just there. Sometimes they're on the television or on the internet. But all I know is when I see the government officials, that's the only thing they talk about. That's the only thing they talk about. It's the only thing they talk about is that one big pain in the misery. I do tend to commiserate with you in your misery. Commiserate. In other news, Colonel Cliff Serene has wondered for a long time if he was ever going to get a vacation. And the truth of the matter is Colonel Serene is never getting a vacation because he doesn't have to go anywhere to do all of his work. And he doesn't want to. And that's why we always say to all of you people that Colonel Cliff Serene ain't even really a colonel. We don't know what he is. Kind of like after all the popcorn pops, and you got those kind of things that used to be kerneled, but now they're like fully cooked rock hard kernels, but they never popped. That's what Colonel Serene's like. Okay, we just want to tell you, I can't give you any guarantees we're ever going to see any changes at all in our lifetimes, but it always is fun to go and, twist the knife in people's back by giving them false hope, and then, just running with the devil when it comes to the false hope, and then, in the end, you get to stab him in the back when you say, that vaccine that you took, that you waited a year in quarantine to get, did you hear that quarantine is like going to be redone because there's a new variant that this vaccine ain't going to work for? It's called Common Cold 2021. It's the next generation because in the olden days when we had just the common cold, there was always a new variant every winter, so, you might get it. No, all my jokes are falling flat tonight. This one just doesn't want to work. It makes me look Bill the Geek. Come on for a minute. We'll see if it's no. I think we're done. This one says don't bother. He wants me to show you my doll connections. Well, I've got a voodoo doll here. This one here is a voodoo doll. Why is it voodoo? I don't know. I don't know. They just wanted to call it a voodoo doll. It's just appalling, the things that go on.